Welcome back to the Urban Forum Northwest. It's Keith Tucker here, and I'm with Eddie Rye, and we're talking about my film project and the campaign that we're on. We're on a fundraising campaign for my film project, Pursuit of a Green Planet. So people can contribute at hiphopisgreen.com and just click show your support. And when you do that, you're supporting health for our communities, because that's what we're doing in the film project, Pursuit of a Green Planet. And right now, I have a guest that is helping me to promote this film, and she's going to be a part of it herself. This is Nwenna Kai. How you doing, Nwenna?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. And I just wanted to tell people a little bit about you, too. You have an award-winning book out, The Goddess of Raw Foods. Nwenna is revolutionizing America's dinner tables, and you've been doing it for many years. And so I wanted people to get to know who you are a little bit, and then talk about the book and a little bit about the campaign.
Okay, absolutely. Well, I used to actually own a raw vegan restaurant in Los Angeles for 4 years, and it was a restaurant and a catering company. We also had a product line, and after I closed it down in 2007, I published the book, The Goddess of Raw Foods, and that was because my restaurant was actually called Taste of the Goddess Cafe.
Okay.
And it has over 75 recipes that were taken from my restaurant, as well as just some homemade recipes and recipes that I first started to experiment with when I first started eating a mostly raw foods diet. So it's a wonderful book. You can get it on Amazon.com. And it's great for people who are a little unfamiliar with the raw foods diet and maybe don't have a whole lot of equipment and are just kind of looking to just get an idea of some just easy, basic, raw vegan recipes.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. What because I saw your green shake video online too, and the green shake really looked good. I'm gonna have to drink one time. But for the listeners, and for people that are viewing this, what is a raw food diet? Can you explain that real quick?
Absolutely. Well, basically, okay. Well, I want to break down a vegetarian, vegan, and then a raw vegan diet. Vegetarian is eating no animal flesh, meat of any kind. Okay, that includes fish, poultry, everything. A vegan diet is a diet where a person would not be eating any animal flesh, meat, and also animal products. So any dairy like eggs, milk, and cheese. And then a raw vegan diet is a vegan diet, but you're not cooking any of the food. And if you are what we call dehydrating the food, you're dehydrating it at about 118 degrees. And the reason behind that is because when you're eating a raw vegan diet, all of the enzymes, the vitamins, and the minerals are still intact in the food. So when you cook the food, those things are cooked out of the food. So with a raw vegan diet, you're basically not cooking the diet. And it's a very, very rich and abundant diet and lifestyle. It's vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, grains, and what we call superfoods. Superfoods are just highly nutrient-dense foods. There are things like goji berries, spirulina, which is a wild blue-green algae, is a superfood. Cacao, which is where chocolate comes from, that's considered to be a superfood. But also things like avocados are superfoods. Sweet potatoes is considered to be a superfood. And that's because these foods are just very nutrient-dense. They contain lots of different vitamins, minerals. They're like these multitasking, multi-purpose type of foods. So there are people who consider themselves to eat a raw food diet, and they do consume raw flesh or raw dairy, like raw milk or raw cheeses. But a raw vegan diet, you would not be consuming any of that.
And in your book, too, you have like over 70 recipes for different kind of raw food dishes and stuff like that?
Yes.
A lot of people come up to me and are like, okay, well, I want to go vegetarian, I want to go vegan, and I want to eat organic and locally and all of this stuff, but the food is so expensive. Can you talk about how you're doing a raw food diet on a budget?
Sure. Okay, well, eating vegetarian and vegan is not that expensive. Eating raw, I don't want to say it's expensive, but it incurs a different kind of expense. If you want to eat vegetarian or vegan, when you buy beans, some brown rice, some grains, those are really inexpensive items. Those items are not expensive. Where the expense may start to incur is when you're buying like fresh produce and you're buying it on a regular basis, because the food has to stay fresh. You don't want to have it in your fridge or out for too long. Every 3 days you may need to go shopping. But what I always come across that question, and I always tell people, I haven't been sick in over 12 years. Okay, so I haven't been on medication. I haven't had to go to, I haven't had a headache. So I can't even remember the last time I bought aspirin or Tylenol or cold medicine or flu medicine or over-the-counter medicine. So those types of things that other people have to sort of medicate themselves with, I'm not buying any of those things. Also, I belong to a food co-op in Philadelphia. It is very inexpensive. The organic produce is definitely priced a lot more lower than maybe like a Whole Foods or something like that. It's just a $30 a year annual membership to become a member. You get 5% off of the product. So when people say, that these things are more expensive, they're just not looking for the inexpensive options. Farmers markets are also more inexpensive options as well. And then because I do live in Philadelphia, we live in what we call it's like Amish country. And so the Amish, their food is locally produced, and sometimes it is organic, and their crops, their produce is not that expensive as well. So I don't really find myself spending more money than what I normally would if I ate meat. Meat is expensive. I mean,
yeah.
I don't, fish is expensive. These things are, very, very expensive. And then, of course, you have to, look at the cost, other things that are, that are going to add up, doctor's visits, getting sick, aging quicker, things like that. So it's just a matter of sort of transforming people's values around what is really important, and what's important is your health.
Yeah, that is definitely true. What do you think people are going to get out of the film when they see the film and they see me hanging out with you in the film and see the transformation that I'm going to go through? What do you think people are going to get out of the film?
Oh, my God. Well, first of all, I'm so excited for you, Keith. Like, I mean, this film is going to be a catalyst for other films, for other types of products. Like, seriously, and like what you're doing is you have found ways to bring so many different people from all types of backgrounds who have a very similar interest, which is awesome, which is what makes it a greater and a bigger project. But, I mean, I hope people just get so amped about eating a plant-based diet and living a plant-based lifestyle. I mean, I know that my mission with my company and who I am and what I do is to restore balance to the planet through a plant-based diet and lifestyle. Mm-hmm. It's, there's so many environmental issues that come up when we're consuming a lot of meat. There's so many issues health-wise that come up. So, I hope people really start to educate themselves and learn, about what consuming lots of meat, how it's costing not just your health, your family's health, your community's health, but also the health of the environment. So I'm geeked. I'm so geeked. I'm just really just excited and just, can't wait for the film to be finished and distributed and for people to just get excited and get on board.
I appreciate that. Tell people where they can go get your book, and then we'll plug the movie again.
Absolutely. Well, you can get The Goddess of Raw Foods. It's online at Amazon.com, or you can go to my website, which is NwennaKai.com, and that's NwennaKai.com.
Make sure you spell that right, too, folks. I had a problem with it. So, and also, too, we want to encourage you to contribute to our campaign at hiphopisgreen.com and click Show Your Support. It'll take you to our page, and her book is actually a perk on our page. So when you contribute, you'll not only get her book, but you'll get a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to talk about today that'll help guide you in your new journey into becoming healthy. Oh, and if you are healthy, it'll just enhance the people that are around you. So we invite people to contribute today. Nwenna, thank you so much for coming on, and I'm going to be talking to you soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Keith, and good luck. I'm donating, and I'm also getting some people on board to donate as well. So it's all good.
Thank you. Let's do it. 30-day financing. Let's go.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.